Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we have to talk about what's about to happen tomorrow, because this surprises the entire crypto market time and time again, and I want to quickly warn you guys about it. Now, quickly up front, guys, I have a question for you all. Do you know how the Ripple escrow works? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. And the reason I'm telling you guys that is because we have covered a couple of times how it works over on the xrpledger.org. So exactly how escrow features work in this entire system. We've covered that a couple of times before. But it's more, I think, important to understand what's about to happen to the markets. And I think there's a couple of ways to go about it. For example, I could tell you guys about TradingView and basically show you guys we can actually do, you know what, we'll actually do that right here. We'll basically show you guys TradingView, and we should also maybe tell you guys about the XRPL. I guess we can also do that really quickly. And on TradingView, you could, for example, take a look at what's about to happen every single first of the month. And I guess on the XRP Ledger, we can also look up how the escrow feature looks over on there, because my story here, well, it's going to be encompassing it all, but you might want to have more information. So every single first of the month, Ripple releases 1 billion XRP into the markets. Guys, if you already know exactly all about this, you don't have to watch this video, because we're going to be covering what's about to happen tomorrow, but it happens every month. Tomorrow, Ripple is going to be doing exactly that, because it's going to be the 1st of August, and as like I just expressed, would logically suffice, they would release another 1 billion to the markets. Now, Leonidas has on his website, the XRP Arcade, posted a little bit of an overview about the monthly history of all of this. You can see right here, there's been a 1 billion release for as long as we can kind of remember right now, for the last couple of years, and it's about to continue for as long as we can imagine too. You can see here, even in July, it happened as well. June, it happened. Every single month it happens. However, it is not about the release. It's about the return. And the return right here has been usually about 900 million, let's say about 880 million in total on average. And in July, it's also been 900, June, and all throughout this year, it's been 900 for a very good purpose. The purpose being legitimacy, trust, and the fact that Ripple doesn't need that much money. What do I mean with that? Well, a little bit earlier today, we covered the Q2 report from Ripple. And in that Q2 report, we basically saw the Ripple sales that they have done. Now, those include multiple different parts, but a good part of those sales can actually come out of the XRP that they get monthly out of Escrow. And that's because when XRP was designed, there basically were 100 billion coins made. They were given away. Some were basically just given away to random parties. Some were just kept by Ripple. And since people didn't like Ripple having, let's say, 60% of all the coins, they basically decided to put it all into Escrow, releasing 1 billion every month. So people would more so be notified and understand the exact supply that there is. Now, with that also comes, of course, that Ripple does need some XRP to fund the ecosystem. And so every so often, 1 billion basically gets out of it because of the way that it was designed. Let's quickly see if we can find Escrow in this little section. I guess it's in accounts and then Escrow account. 1 billion gets put out by design, and then they can put back in whatever they want in a new escrow contract, basically. So yeah, about 900 million gets done. So they basically get 100 million XRP each single month to spend. Do they do that though? Well, that depends. Even though they keep the XRP, we don't necessarily know what they do with that. These market reports that they do every quarter are supposed to kind of familiarize us with what exactly they spend it on and how exactly it all works, but they don't really go in depth, yet they go way further in depth than most foundations do. So I guess from that perspective, it is pretty nice. And here, if we quickly check out, you can see escrow accounts. How they basically work is if you have XRP right now, you can decide that you, for example, want to lock up some XRP over the next couple of months. Let's say, for example, you have 1,000 XRP. There's a couple of different parameters that you can set that must be verified or done, for example. There's, for example, a time or a specific condition or whatever you'd want, basically. But let's say the normal Ripple condition is that there's no way they can cancel, and it's just going to be expiring by a certain specific date, which is, I think, 5 years in the future. If you had 1,000 XP, you wanted to lock it up, what you do is you make this escrow payment. You basically create an escrow that's usually having the same address that you already own as the benefactor or the part that's going to be sent to. Because you can do it in two ways. One, you can basically have it where you're basically sending somebody money with a contract, which basically means you're sending somebody some money in, for example, 1 year, it's going to wait 1 year and then it's going to send it. But the same thing you can do for yourself. You are basically locking it up because your reserve of your balance that should be in your account basically goes up a ton, or I guess by the escrow amount, so you cannot send it out. And it basically just gets refunded to you to the same address once it expires or whatever parameters you set to it. And that's basically what Ripple has done here too. Now, we could also take a little bit of a look at what happens every single first of the month. As you most likely noticed, there's really nothing that you can kind of draw here, any conclusion that you can draw, because nobody can point out if there's any correlation to these Ripple unlockings and the actual price. As once more, it's only a 100 million Bitcoin XRP, unlocking if you actually try to think about it. It just looks like way more because a billion gets taken out. And all these news sources, they started saying, oh, huge Ripple 1 billion XP unlocking, like we see right here, as this happens every single time. So I just want to make sure you guys are all anticipated and clear on what's about to happen. Let's quickly take a look. So the 1st of July here, okay, the price went down a little bit, but not too significantly. I guess a little bit of a negative candle, about 9% though throughout that day. Okay, interesting. Let's kind of take that into our minds. All right, here, June 1st, the price went down significantly as well. Okay, so the price actually moved from here, highest to lowest point, about 12% on the specific day itself. Okay, so we have May 1st. Let's quickly check it out. The price went up significantly that day. The price went up about, let's see it here, about 10% that specific day. Let's quickly check out April. So on April, let's see here, April, the price actually didn't do anything whatsoever. The price only moved, oh, never mind. It's actually still a pretty big move, actually. Look at that. Let's quickly check it out, guys. The price on that day moved about 12%. Guys, that's actually crazy. But that's, I guess, because, oh, that's not April 1st. Here's April 1st. Never mind. Let's see here. Here we go. Right around there. About, let's say, 9% or so is what it moved throughout the day. That's still pretty crazy to me, though, because these look so small. But that's because April was a really, really volatile time. And here, for example, is a way bigger candle like that. Look at that. That's a candle of about 30%, which puts it in, if you put it into perspective, is why it makes it look so small. Let's see March 1st as an example. Once more, it went up a little bit, about 12% or so. And hopefully you guys can already get the point here. It's a 50-50 bet. Even though these are usually very volatile days, let's see here, for example, we got a huge decline of about the other way around, sorry. We got a huge decline. Throughout the day, I guess we should actually only call it because what I'm talking about is mostly volatility throughout the day. We saw a decline of about 30% on February 2021, but that's because there was a pump and dump situation happening that specific day, so that's a little bit more difficult. And January 1st, we saw, let's quickly check it out too, a bullish day once more of about, let's say another 8 or so percent, 9%, something like that. So no correlations you could really draw. We know it's a pretty volatile day, but that's because almost every day in the crypto space here was pretty volatile, specifically throughout the earlier parts to about, let's say, the halfway through April or so. That brings us to a difficult question. How can we trade this? What can we do? And what should we expect? You should expect nothing to happen. You should most likely not do any specific trade, specifically for this escrow unlocking. You should most likely anticipate that nothing special is going to happen whatsoever, except for huge clickbaity titles telling you that 1 billion just got dumped on the markets. I will most likely make another video to, scratch myself open. Damn, that's stupid me. I did it again. Sometimes when I'm recording, I just, if you have a mosquito bite, you just start to scratch. And specifically because I'm looking at a mirror right now, having a little microphone in front of me, a little laptop in front of it, just kind of doubling around right here. I scratch myself because I'm not bored, but I'm just kind of fiddling a little bit, fidgeting. But like I just said, because they're going to be doing some clickbait things tomorrow, I'm going to most likely make a video saying what just happened to kind of show you guys exactly how it went on and how much they put back and whatnot. But for right now, we can only just speculate. A billion is about to get released. You don't have to be worried. You don't have to do anything strange. You most likely just have to sit around, wait for it as it happens every single month, and it will keep happening for as long as we can most likely remember. Here you can see exactly what wallets, for example, have how much XP in it. If you're wondering why these have actually turned into 500s, it's because Ripple decided to put back 500 million escrows instead of 1 billions, even though it's 1 billion a month still. How it basically works is, let's say they, for example, take 100 million. what they put back in is one 500 million and one 400 million. But as that kind of messes up the 1 billion that they need every month, they basically then split up these transactions into one for 100 million, and then it kind of circles around a little bit to make sure that every single escrow for every single month has exactly 1 billion in it. Even though these might be multiple different escrows that have locked up, the end goal remains exactly the same, as you can hopefully see from every single one of these. It will always be 1 billion, and if it's not 1 billion just quite yet, like right here, the next one is going to fill this up before it moves into August, for example. Guys, that was it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a nice one.